All right, are we on? Yep, I think so.
Yep, those we are. Hi.
Okay. Hi, this is Charlie Zeiss with Stargate Pyramids, and this is Pyramid Quest for Monday, June the 8th, 2020. Joining me are Lisa Richards and Lori Sasson.
Good morning.
Today we're going to be going over again the Caduceus coil or antenna that we've been testing. We had some improvements that were suggested to us during the week. I've been sending out some prototypes, and one of the things that came about from doing that, G.W. Harden, who those of you who've been watching know has been really the leader in developing the solfeggio matrix healing frequencies, suggested that we keep the number of loops on the coil to a multiple of 9. And I really hadn't thought about it from that perspective, but we're going to be demonstrating today. I've lengthened the coil that I'm going to be selling from 31 to 36 loops, and we'll talk about that later. But you're going to just be blown away by the energy levels that Lori's going to tell you, because we tested this last Thursday, and they are just absolutely off the charts. Again, I'll be talking about this more later, but I will be offering these as soon as probably the end of this week for sale. So as soon as I can get all of the shipping and the software and so forth done on the website to accommodate that, I'll be putting out a video later in the week announcing these coils. But I think you're going to be really excited by the results of them. But before we get started, Lisa has a couple of announcements that she wanted to go over. So I want to let Lisa have a few minutes to talk about our website and some other topics.
Okay, yeah, so the main thing is we need all of you guys to go to the Pyramid Science Foundation YouTube channel and subscribe to that. We only have 25 subscribers right now, so we're not going to switch over Pyramid Quest to that channel until we get some more subscribers. We don't want you guys to miss out on it, so make sure you go there, because we'd like to switch as soon as possible. Most of the videos, the past live Pyramid Quest episodes are already on there. I have to still go in and upload a couple of the most recent ones, but you'll be able to find all the Pyramid Quest episodes there as well. And that's going to be where we get all the information for the Pyramid Science Foundation. So you're going to want to be up to date on all that information once we get our studies more underway. That's where we're going to reveal all of our findings. So what else was I going to talk about?
You're going to talk about blood testing.
Well, and your birthday yesterday,
sorry.
Can we say, you're having your solar return right now?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it was a great day yesterday. It was awesome. It was so unexpected, but it really made my day, all the family pitching in together and rushing around. I told Charlie earlier, I'm the type of person who doesn't like to make a big deal about my birthday, and I won't remind people that it's coming up, but if they forget about it, that's when I get mad.
We need to discuss that a little bit more.
I know it's not right, but it's one of my traits.
Okay.
Yeah, so the live blood analysis, we're still on hold with that for right now. I need to get another lens for my microscope. I think I'm actually just going to travel to my daughter's house though and borrow her microscope until my lens comes in. So,
Okay.
yeah, so I'll probably be up there in the Titusville area and can meet her for that within the next week or two.
Okay.
Probably over Father's Day weekend. So then I'll have a microscope. We can start doing some testing with the live blood analysis, but we'll be more synced up with the Caduceus coil and its findings and stuff too. So, and the different frequencies. So
Fantastic.
also, you want me to talk about the meditation, Charlie? Or do you want to wait until a little bit later after you announce it?
Let's talk about, yes, what your suggestion was. Absolutely.
Okay, I thought it would be a very nice idea to start a weekly pyramid meditation. I would like to lead it, but I'm not available on the weekends to do that. So I'd like to get your guys' opinions on what time and day would be best during the week for a weekly pyramid meditation. It'll be an opportunity for you guys to try out the different frequencies and try out the different enhancements that we offer. So it'd just be all around a great time, and the world needs a lot of group meditators right now. So we're going to be helping with that too.
Now,
so just chime in,
Lisa,
let us know.
Yeah. So Lisa, would that maybe, I mean, it takes a lot of time to do that, to get everybody together. Would it be possible to maybe get people at a certain time and to watch you directly, kind of like what we're doing here, and they can participate that way? Okay.
Yeah,
so
that's
that might
exactly
be a
what
way.
I was thinking.
Okay. And then Michael is asking, Titusville, is that in Florida or North Carolina? Where is Titusville?
Pennsylvania. That's in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So,
birthplace of the oil industry.
Door number 3.
And then someone is really looking forward to informing about the live blood and budget microscope. So
Yeah. It's great. Yeah. And once we get into it more, I was telling Charlie and Lori this, I believe, last week, but you need a dark microscope in order to utilize this process. And to purchase one of those, it's like $7,000. My daughter found a way to transform a regular microscope into a dark microscope for pennies. I mean, it's way cheaper.
Fantastic.
So you're not going to.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, and she actually has a video on YouTube, I believe. I'll have to share it with everybody if they're interested in trying this stuff out for themselves.
I'm sure they are. So do you by chance have that on hand right now?
I don't have it on hand right now, but I'll get it ready and share it when I have some more live blood analysis info.
Sure they are.
Yeah, but you can make your own. I bought a microscope for $20 at a thrift store. And the only thing that's wrong with it, the lens, it doesn't hold the oil on it. So the oil slides all over. So that's what I need to get a part for. That lens is about $400, but that's way cheaper than $7,000,
Oh, there is.
So.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we even get started with the testing, I'm going to open up a share screen because I've got a few things that I want to discuss with the group. Can everyone see the screen share?
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing, over and above what Lisa's talking about in terms of doing a weekly pyramid meditation, I wanted to tell everyone I was approached. We announced a class, a Course in Wonders, that was being taught by Peter D. and G.W. Harden. Several of us are in that class. Peter contacted me on Friday of last week and asked me if I would be willing to essentially host via live stream a session that I believe he and GW are going to lead us in next Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, 8 Pacific. It's a global peace meditation. So on the screen, it's going to start actually at 11:10, but let's try to get together at 11 a.m. For those of you who are as concerned as we all are about the violence that we're seeing in our society, this is an excellent opportunity for us to collectively meditate and bring a higher vibration towards the concept of peace. So we're going to be doing that in 2 ways. You can go to the Stargate Pyramid YouTube page to join in on this. And there's also a link here at the bottom if you want to join in, like we're doing now on Zoom, for those of you who are joining us on Zoom. So I'm going to be putting out a video as well on this later in the week with more instructions. But here's some information. I did this actually before I uploaded this article, but G.W. Harden was contacted by the angelic realm again recently, and he's come up with a new set of angelic frequencies, and I have those now on the website as well as the article. But basically, what you're going to want to do is go to the StargatePyramids.com website. You will be able to download these frequencies, read the article that's associated with it, and you can do that while we're, in the meditation next Sunday. So here's a picture. When you go on the homepage of my website, two buttons to click. One to download the new frequency MP3 file, and the other one is to download GW's article if you'd rather do that rather than reading it on his own website. So we look forward to talking more about that in a video that I'll do later in the week. But this is something that I think if we all, the idea is GW is going to have his devices going. And I know that a lot of the members from the class, and we're hoping that all of us who are watching who have pyramids and or will download these and play them on either their cell phones or MP3s, and or if you have a coil, to use that as well. We're going to try to raise the vibration of the earth to a vibration of peace on Sunday. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I just finished yesterday. It took a long time getting the FedEx shipping option to be available on all of our shipments going forward. It's going to save a lot of people a lot of money, and that's why I want to spend just a few minutes on that. But basically, on StargatePyramids.com, we're now offering both U.S. Postal Service, which we have used traditionally exclusively, but now we're adding FedEx to those shipping options. And just for those of you, you'll see some demonstration examples here in a minute, but FedEx will be cheaper inside the continental United States and significantly less outside of the Northeast and in Canada. United States Postal Service is still the cheapest option in Alaska and Hawaii and internationally other than Canada. But when you go to order your products going forward, make sure to click on the option that you want. The way the program is set up, none of these things seem to work perfectly, and that's why it took so long to integrate FedEx into this software. The USPS is set as the default. So it might be more expensive, so you have to make sure that before you check out that you click on the option that you want, because the Postal Service is still going to be set as the default. And I'll show you how that works. So I've got a couple examples. I live in central Pennsylvania, so a very close location for me would be New York City. And you can see that there you're only saving about $2, but you'll see that the little blue dot there shows FedEx. And so it would normally be up at priority mail. So you're going to have to go in with your cursor and click that. So it's not much of a savings in New York. I picked one in New England, or zip code where I went to college. So there you see already by the time you get to New England, you're saving over $12 on your shipping. Then we go out as well to Michigan. Those rates, I believe, are the same. Yep, it's within the same. This is all done based on distance. So if you go out to Michigan, you're going to be saving about $12.50 as well on your shipping. This is for a single large pyramid, by the way, all of these test examples. Again, going even as far as Chicago, it's the same basic rate. You'll save about $12.50. Now, when you start to get a little bit further away, Texas, for example, you can see it really becomes a significant difference. You save 50% on your shipping. It's $55.60 with the Postal Service versus $27.78. And again, just a reminder, click on the FedEx, because if you don't, you're going to end up getting charged the priority mail rate. If I catch those things, I may call you in the early days to make sure that you did what you were supposed to, but don't count on me to catch that. I will try to catch it if you don't pick the cheapest option. Going out a little further to Santa Fe, New Mexico, you see now again it's about a $32 savings. a little over $31 shipping to New Mexico. And then finally to California, it really gets to be a major savings. You're going to be saving about $38 on the shipping costs. It's less than half of what we were having to charge before with United States Priority Mail. Now, Priority Mail is going to be a little bit faster. To the West Coast, it's typically 3 days, and you can see I did these the other day. You know, it might take you upwards to a week in California to get your pyramid, but I think it's probably well worth waiting the extra few days to save that much money. Now, when you get to Alaska or Hawaii, same rates, you're going to see that all of a sudden FedEx is no longer the cheapest, and you're better off shipping with Priority Mail. But in Canada, FedEx, I believe, across the nation is going to be cheaper. I did one nearby me in Toronto, and typically the savings as you go further west, I didn't do one for Vancouver, for example, but I'm sure the savings would be even more dramatic. So just to pick another recent customer in Europe, in Norway, you can see we're still much better off shipping with USPS. So if you're in the West Coast area and are really outside of the Midwest, you're going to have a dramatic savings in the continental US by using the FedEx option. So we're glad to have that option available, because I know shipping has been a major impediment for a lot of people on the West Coast, and hopefully now with lower shipping options, you'll feel a lot better about buying your pyramids, and it'll be a lot less expensive. So now what I want to do is finally to get to the testing that we're going to be doing today. I wanted to, first of all, and this is really what we're going to be testing today is a 36 loop coil versus the 31 loop coil that we tested last week. If you look on the left-hand side of the page, you're going to see that the coil on the left-hand side, that's the larger 36 loop coil, as opposed to the one that we tested last week, which was the 31 loop coil. And once again, what I found out, I had shipped some of these out to various members, including GW, and GW got back to me, and I appreciate the input, because he told me that the best way to do this is to have loops in multiples of 9. So rather than cutting the coil down in size to 27, we went ahead and increased it up to 36. And if you look at a close-up on the right-hand side, I just wanted to show you, what the coiling looks like, on the coil, the looping, and to show that in juxtaposition with the universal symbol for healthcare, which is the Caduceus. And I don't think it's at all a surprise that we see a double looping just like we have on the Caduceus coil. Just another example that all of this information is hiding in plain sight. And it's not a surprise to me at all that the Caduceus coil matches the symbology that the AMA, the WHO, all of the major health organizations around the world use. So with that, I'm going to close up the screen. And Laurie, if you're there, I'm going to just review quickly. I have the two coils here. The top one is the 31 loop, and this is the 36 loop coil. So what I'm going to do is to set up the 31 loop coil to begin with, and we'll be able to start testing these frequencies. We'll use this really as a base case, just to show you that the energy that is generated by the larger coil is much more substantial. So it looks like Laurie's away for a minute, so we may need to wait for her to get back. But I will tell you that the billions and billions that we're testing are the levels are just amazing. So,
I'm
Lori,
here,
what
I'm
I've
here,
done,
I'm here.
okay. So what we'll do, I'm going to set up, I've set up the old 31 coil or loop coil that we were using before. I'm going to turn on the 528 frequency, which we can use as kind of a base case example. And
And
then
you said this is the 31 coil, is that correct?
yes, this is the 31 coil.
Okay,
And so what I'm going to do is just play this tone to begin with. I'll start it up. And so we can listen to it with our ears. And you hear it there. I do have a 20-watt amplifier that I'm going to be plugging this into, so it will assist with the amplification of the sound. But I'm going to go ahead and put that in now. And so I'm going to let Lori start to test for energy. This is pointing east to west as well, by the way, Lori.
okay, okay.
But I think all we need to do first is just test some absolute levels so people can, and then we'll move on to the 36 loop coil.
Well, it's currently doing something to your energy. Again, in your throat, it's starting out.
Yeah, it is.
It's doing something with your eyes, your vision. So at first it starts out at a lower energy level of 555, and that's in the millions. So that's quite a bit even then. But it first kind of goes through his energy and checks it out and aligns it to what it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then it jumps up to 888 billion.
Okay. That's exactly what we got last Thursday too. So
Well, and when I said that, something's going on with your stomach now too. So I don't know.
I thought I was just hungry.
Well, it's funny
No,
because
there it is.
you were
There it
just
is.
saying you're doing good with what
I
you
know.
started. You started doing your new way of fasting,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah. For the group, I'm
Go
trying to
ahead.
get my COVID-19 pounds off. So Carol and I have started intermittent fasting, and we're down to eating from 10 a.m. until 4:30 in the afternoon. And so we're only eating 2 meals a day. And today I haven't even eaten and I'm not hungry. So I was kind of laughing about that. That's the reason for the comment.
Right,
So anyway,
right. But the
yeah.
energy could be doing something. And this is what we've noticed a lot of times.
You
Is
know,
when
I
we
hadn't even
do-
thought about that. I hadn't even thought about that I have lost 5 pounds in 5 days and
Right.
without trying.
Right. Right. So this energy will increase your energy as if you're exercising and moving and doing things, and it will
right.
absolutely help you in that arena. So that's what we've noticed. Yeah.
Okay, so this was this was just to give you a kind of a test. So once it's finished kind of doing its thing inside my energy fields in my body, we're up to 888 billion. But now I'm going to switch. Now we can get into the real testing because I'm going to switch over to the 36 loop coil now, and we can do the exact same test.
You guys gave me an idea for the first meditation. Everybody
All right.
has COVID pounds on, I'm sure.
There you
We
go.
could do a weight loss meditation.
Not a bad idea at all. So, okay, so now I put the 36 loop coil on, and I mean, I'm feeling stuff already that even though the other one had cleared stuff, I'll tell you where I'm feeling it, Lori. I'm feeling it sort of in my chest, up, lower chest, and maybe higher solar plexus.
So what do we got going right now?
We now have the 36 coil. I just hooked it up. It's 36
with
loop
the
coil
528.
with the 528
Yeah, I
frequency.
apologize. I was looking at what people were saying. So
Yeah.
you go ahead and read those and I'll check your energy out. But yes, your chest is the first thing that I felt.
Yeah.
It's telling me you're currently out of alignment, so it's aligning you. Oh wow. And then it after it did that, it went to 999 billion.
Okay.
And that's with 528.
Right.
And it's doing something there. So hang on just a second. We're not finished.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. Wow. So really, I feel it from like the third chakra up, and it's
Everything's
really
kind of, yeah. I'm getting buzzed everywhere. Top half of my body. And you know, as we saw, it's interesting that you bring that up because I believe last week when we were doing the testing, let me get my results here, that we noticed that the east-west versus north-south orientation was important. So let me see if I
it
can.
did something different to your energy depending on the direction. That is
Right.
absolutely correct. And now it's at 12, 12, 12 billion.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
it's doing something out your head.
right. Yeah, the east-west was the upper chakras, the 1, 2, and 3 chakras, and the
North, south.
north-south directions seem to be the 4, 5, and 6 chakras. So I'm gonna so anyway, just to recap, we went from 888 to what was it? 12, 12, 12,
12
was it?
billion. Yeah.
Yeah. So just a huge, increase in the energy field. Now I'm going to move this. It's now oriented in a north-south direction, and I can tell you automatically I'm feeling stuff in the lower part of my body. I'm feeling it in like my lower back, solar plexus, area. So
Sacral.
sacral, yeah, yeah.
So it again started 555 million.
Okay, yeah, because there's a lot going on. Now I'm feeling stuff in my upper back. So definitely a large increase in the energy fields. Now, the next thing we did was to test with the frequency of 999. And so I'm going to do that. One of the
Just so
things
you
that we
know, that eventually went to 12, 12, 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are just enormous numbers. And what I'm going to do next, because we did a lot of work with the 999 frequency as well. And one of the things that we found was that it seemed to be working on my soul's mission on Earth here. And so anyway, I'm going to start that playing, and we'll plug that now into the coil antenna and let that work. Now, it is facing north-south right now, Lori.
Again, it's starting at the 555. So that's an interesting number that it keeps starting at that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I feel all chakras on this right now.
I'm feeling it all over as well.
Going up to 888 billion.
Now my whole head is tingling.
Now you've reached the 12, 12, 12 billion.
Yeah. And I can literally feel this sensation lifting and going higher. So there must be it literally starts at the base chakra, I guess, and heads on up. But it's not completely cleared yet, but I can feel that it's clearing out. Now there's still something going on, I feel, in my heart. I don't know if you're feeling that, but I'm still
again another great alignment, but it seems like it's such a huge grand alignment. It's almost like you've heard of the grand trine in astrology. It's almost like you're aligning to that.
Okay.
Now there's a comment
Again, that's
here
36. That's the 36 coil with 999, correct?
Right.
Yep.
36 loop, whatever.
There's a comment on here from Chimpta. He said, or she said, I found the angelic MP3 to be very powerful to run all day long through the amplifier. Now I use the amp for an hour and run the MP3 for the rest of the day without it. There
you go. Yeah. So that's a good advertising. Go get the, for those of you who want it, go to the StargatePyramids.com website and you can download the angelic frequencies now.
Okay, so the number has gone up 99999 billion, and I got to tell you, this is something. It's so high frequency right now.
Yeah.
That this is one that I wouldn't use for very long.
Right.
I would maybe go 5 minutes, but that's about it on that one.
Okay. All right. Let me, I'll turn it around now to the east-west orientation.
Okay.
And we'll see if we get anything
a totally different energy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So again, it went down to a lower frequency to start out at that 555 million, and then it's doing something energetically.
Yeah. And I can feel it's working its way up again now.
So
it's
I
in my
am
head.
curious, we're doing north, south, east, west, but what about the other directions? I'm sure those create something as well.
Oh, are you thinking like northeast, southwest, and northwest, southeast?
Yeah.
Well, let's try it. I mean,
I'm sure they do that as well.
All right. Well, let me try this out then. I don't know how to call this, but I'm going to say it is northwest to southeast.
Okay, so you can feel the energy changed again, and it's going up from that 555 up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a different feel. Absolutely.
And we'll leave that for a minute, and then we'll just do the one other direction.
Yeah.
Now, Suzanne's saying, I can't see if you're holding it or if it's on the floor, and is it attached to the amp?
It's attached to the amp and it's on the floor underneath my chair. But there's nothing to say that we can't try holding it in this exercise as well.
So he's got an alligator clip that goes on the end of this.
Yeah, I can. When we're finished with this, I'll hold it back up and show everybody how that works again. Yeah. The only other, while we're doing this, the only other potential modification, I've ordered some slightly thicker wire. This is 24 gauge that I'm using, and I'm going to try some 22 gauge when it arrives tomorrow and see if there's any major difference. But whichever one, I'll certainly be telling everyone what my final product's going to be when I do the video later in the week. But
okay, you can turn it again. You've made the 9999.
Yeah. Okay. Before I do that, I'll just show everyone quickly how this clip works. I have, you can see I have an alligator clip that's attached to those wires. So and that in turn goes back to the amplifier that I'm using. And I am only using a 20-watt amplifier. I don't want to get people going crazy on this, but if you wanted to even expand it further, there are some 100-watt amps that are available for about $43 on Amazon if you're interested. So, that's just another thing that you can do to play with this stuff. And I'm sure that if I try that and decide to buy one, that I'll enjoy it even more. So, all right. So now we are oriented northeast, southwest on the floor.
So again, back down to the 555, I can feel lower right side of your back. It started to work, so like liver area.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It seems to be working
Yeah,
up.
it's really working on the liver and going up from there.
Which side is the liver on?
Right lower back side area.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm feeling it.
Not there yet to the ultimate, but it's still working on you.
Sure.
So that is fascinating. So knowing even the other different directions, it's doing something.
Which makes me wonder whether, I don't know how one would do this, but if you could have the thing turn underneath on a platter or something, but I think the wire would get twisted. Like if you put it on an old turntable or something, let it turn around, but then the wire would get all messed up. So I don't know.
Well, and just doing this, for each direction for less than 5 minutes, that doesn't take long.
No, it's not much effort at all. So. But yeah, I'm continuing to feel this. So.
Well, you've reached the pinnacle, so you're good to go.
I'm good to go. All right. Okay. Now, I guess another thing that we could try out, we didn't do this when we were testing last week because we've got these results and we're just shocked. But
I'll talk a little bit about last week when we were doing this because the energy I was getting as well when Charlie was getting it, so it was affecting me as well. And I had several things. I had a lot of prosperous stuff happen to me immediately. Remember that, Charlie?
I do.
It was shocking. It was unexpected. And it was just a wonderful thing. But after that, my energy also felt very at peace. And I noticed you, Charlie, seemed to have a contentment about you as well.
I haven't been this peaceful in a while. So there seems to be a real thing there. And you're talking about prosperity. For the audience, I received my single biggest order ever from one person last week. Someone from Spain ordered 8 pyramids. And so that was a real joy to see that. So anyway, so yeah, we had some good signs of prosperity. So should we try some combination frequencies? You think?
Yeah,
Lori?
let's do it.
You have any that you'd like to try? I can just start off with a 222-444-999.
Well, I like the 888.
Okay. All right. Do you want that to be the top one?
What do you mean the top one?
Do you want 3 at once? Or do you just want one at one? A single?
Oh, okay. Let's look at doing 3. Let's look at 222, 666, and 888.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'll play them without so people can hear them first. I don't know if you can hear that. 222, 666, 888.
Okay. Now, what we've been told is when you do this, it creates a chaos in your energy that then takes you through a gateway. So we're going to see what happens to Charlie when he does this.
Okay.
So yeah, you can feel the chaos in your cells. Can you feel that?
Yeah. 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 There's it.
A disruption, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So the gateway took you to Saturn.
Well, well, that feeling is dissipating rapidly now. Yeah. It's like something, yeah, there like a gateway is opened up.
So for whatever reason, some success was left at Saturn. You're going to retrieve it back.
I like that idea. While we're doing this, I wanted to mention too that Tom Nornberg is getting awfully is making tremendous progress with his app, and so we hope to have that available.
He has done a phenomenal job. I can't wait till people can get their hands on the app. It's just amazing. It'll do wonders for people.
That's right. Now, the one thing initially that's for those like me who have used Android products, he's developing this app on for iPhones and iPads for the time being. So if you're an Android user like I am, I hunted down my significant other's iPad, and we should be getting the ability to test this in the next couple of days. So, I'm hoping we'll be able to have something out to the public, fairly shortly. But we're going to just to give you a preview, you're going to be able to set up just all of these different seeds, free sets. You're going to be able to randomize. You can put on as many as, I think it was 6 tones at once. It's really just and you can set it to program and to loop and so forth. So this is going to provide just an amazing flexibility for people who want to say set this up and just run it, as the previous commenter was saying, all day long. So it's going to be great. So.
Did you want to do a different direction with that energy you have right now?
Yeah, this is east-west right now. So let me do north-south.
Okay, again, the chaos in your cells. You can feel it right away.
Yep, yep. Yeah, it's dissipating, but I can feel it. It's like this tingling. I mean, not just on my skin. It's inside my body. And
you're headed to Jupiter now. So headed to Jupiter.
Jupiter. Okay. Is there anything I left on Jupiter?
Well, I'm being told some psychic vision.
Really?
Some powers that were left there that were part of your abilities. Some abundance.
Yeah. Wow. But I can definitely feel the difference here. So pretty amazing stuff. Yeah, it seems to be dissipating a little bit.
All right, shall we try a different direction?
Sure. What do you want to try now?
A different direction, like the north.
Oh, a different direction. I'm sorry.
Northwest.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay, this is northwest to southeast.
It gets familiar. You feel that chaotic energy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, you're going to Uranus. Uranus is where you're headed.
Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, or Uranus right now? Is that what you said? Okay. So is Neptune next?
I don't know, but this is doing some kind of spiritual soul power that you're needing, that you've lost, and it's putting it in your lower left side of your back area.
Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling something there.
I'm going to show you what's happening in my world.
All right.
Can you guys see? He is just
yeah.
jamming away on his truck's tunes.
Good for him.
So let's change another direction, Charlie.
All right. Okay, this is northwest to southeast. Or excuse me, northeast to southwest. I said it wrong.
Okay, for a moment here, your energy stopped. I don't know what happened, but your energy stopped. Can you feel that?
Yeah, actually, I'm not feeling the tingling.
All right, let's take that out then. We don't need that, but we probably need to write that down. What direction are you doing and what's going on there?
This is northeast to southwest. Huh, okay. Shall we try one of the octave frequencies, the 1011?
What are you feeling? What do you feel like doing?
Well, this one I'm not feeling as much. I'm not feeling a whole lot in this particular direct orientation.
Well, right. You want to stop because your energy stopped. We don't want to do that anymore. So those 3 tones in that direction's a no-no. Let's not even do that.
Yeah. So I've turned them off.
So, all right. So what would you like to do now?
Well, we could substitute the 888 with 1011. That's the harmonic.
We have a question or a comment from Lawrence.
Yes.
He says, I'm curious how the coil will affect the field around the pyramid in the space it's in and the local surrounding area like the town or city.
That's such an excellent question, and we have forgotten to test or to talk about that. We did test that last week. So
yeah.
Okay, what do you got going on? Well, first of all, Charlie, what do you have going now? Just
Nothing.
a 111? Oh, okay. Yeah, you go ahead.
Well, I was going to say we tested these last week, and the distances that Lori was getting are just out of this world. We tested the 999 frequency, for example. Well, in fact, why don't I just turn that on, and we'll let Lori give you an estimate.
Right. Yeah, let's go ahead. I forgot we were going to do the distance, and we forgot it this whole time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. But anyway, that's all right. You'll get an idea. This is just going to blow you away. So, all right, I'm going to point the 999 in a north-south direction. I don't remember that it mattered in terms of the distance that it was affecting, but let's see if we get something close to what we got last week. Okay.
You think once that you were already aligned, it would not go to the 555, but it did again to go up to, yeah, it did it again. So let's just hang on a second till it gets clear up to where it needs to be.
That's fine.
It's there already. So this is the 9999 billion. And So it's going out. It's going out 8888888 miles.
Just hard to fathom that.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is.
We were, just by way of context for everyone, when we did this, we did a show about 3 months ago where we tested this, got in the car and went out. Lori and Bill tested without the coil, but just with playing the sound frequencies inside the pyramid. And we got out to, what was it, 11 miles, I think. But I mean,
Yeah, but this is beyond that.
This is like going to the moon. I mean, literally, in terms of the distance. So it's just amazing to me. So you know, so hopefully that answers the question. It has an enormous impact, and it's really due to that we think it's so important that, you know, people adopt these, you know, coils and get these frequencies going to harmonize the energy fields of the planet. That's what we're going to try to do on Monday as well, or Sunday, excuse me. I don't know if we lost Lori there for a second, but looks
Charlie,
like
Starlight's asking if you have sand in the poles of your pyramid. You don't in these ones, right? Just the base?
just in the base, not in the verticals. The one in my bedroom I do, but not this one.
Okay.
So, okay, so now let's, what we'll try, what do you want to try next? Do you want to try one of the harmonics, like the 222, 444, and 1011? I'll set up for that.
Which one did you say?
Well, I'm setting up to do one of the 3-tone with the harmonic frequency 1011. And then we'll try, the other one that we haven't tried is the 9999 that we tried the other day. But
Right.
Let's do this one. This is 222, 444, and 1011.
Woo!
And what did GW say this will do?
Well, this is one of the harmonic tones in his frequency grid. Let me get the paperwork for this. Let's see if I have it handy. Whenever I clean my desk, I can't find stuff. So here we go. This is, oh, I call it the harmonic. It's the fractal tone on his Metatron gateway tones. So I've got 222, 444, and 1011 going. And I don't know if you're getting anything from that.
I can definitely feel energies. It seems like they're going inward in your energy.
Yeah, it's a different feel. It's not like it's pushing up. It seems almost like it's going down or going in. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's really, it's probably like the Christ body energy, that it's just going into the heart and out and around, into the heart, out and around.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But the energy immediately went to
Now I'm feeling
999 billion. So 3 nines and a billion right now, but I'm sure it'll go up higher than that.
Sure, sure. Well, I'm definitely feeling it a lot now in my third eye and up in the top of my head.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll say these things, but people may not understand them. It is now transforming the energy that you just received from one of those planets called spiritual soul power. It's now transforming it. So not only did you retrieve that recently, but now that's being transformed. What it's being transformed into, I'm not sure, but I feel like it'll help in being a leader for the upcoming energies we're about to uncover in the universe. So
yeah. Well, I'm definitely still feeling it up in my third eye and crown area.
well, and it's affecting me in my heart and left arm. So I don't know if anyone else is feeling that from where they're located, but I'm sure you're getting the energy yourselves.
Yeah. So now I'll play I'm going to change the fractal tone, the 1011, to the harmonic tone of 1455 and see what that does. I hope you all can see that this is a brand new science. Right now, we're just scratching the surface, and there's going to be so much more to learn and experience with this as we get more proficient at it. And of course, having the coils, having Lisa's capstones, having Tom's frequency generator, all of these things are going to be terribly important to really getting the full benefit from all of this. So let me set this up again. 222, 444. And 1455. This will be a whole lot simpler when the generator is available. So again, 222. Let's make sure it's playing. I'm not sure that's something's
I
going
had to
on.
move into a quieter room.
Oh, it helps if I take the plug out so I can hear it. There we go. Okay, so this is 222 and 444 and 1455. And now I'll plug it in.
Oh, wow, you can feel that. It feels like it's pushing from the core out.
Yeah, I'm feeling almost a cool sensation.
I saw a flower. It looked like a flower blossoming. It just kept opening up the petals.
Yeah. Ooh, what energy is this? This is strong.
This is again. This is from the
222.
Cube of Metatron gateway tones, and this is
Okay.
I'm doing in combination 222, 444, and the harmonic tone in the matrix of 1455.
Wow, this is strong.
Yeah.
Again, it's adjusting you. It seems that that's what it has to do initially. Before you can go any further with this frequency, you have to be adjusted. And once you're adjusted, it'll take you somewhere.
Yeah. And I
It's giving me the chills. I can feel it.
Can you? Yeah. Well, I think we have to go back to our entrainment video from last week, where we showed the metronomes for those of you who didn't see it. And but that's what's going on in my body. I am sure that, my cells have to become entrained to these frequencies to open up, my cells open up gateways and so forth. So.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It's a definite feel here.
Yeah, it's taken you to an energy, and actually you're doing something to the energy that needs to be done. I wish I could explain a little bit more, but it's called a spiritual soul power intuition gateway. So this is somewhere that it needs to be adjusted, and it is. You're doing it. So that's pretty cool. This is something that obviously needs to be done for humanity. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, that's the 9th seed. Lori, you and I are both 8th seed, so I'm going to just adjust this slightly.
Oh, and the 9th seed is unity, right? The
That's right.
999
It
is
is
unity. Okay.
Right.
Well, that makes sense.
So I'm going to be changing these to the corresponding frequencies in the 8th seed, which is our dominant, and that those are 219 instead of 222, 432 instead of 444, and 1482 instead of 1455. So I'll just play those real quick. Okay. All right. What are you laughing about?
It was right in my ear.
Oh.
Ear piercing.
Yeah.
Well, that's another good reason to get a coil. You don't have to listen to these piercing tones.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
so
Suzanne was asking. Oh, go ahead.
This is like alchemy energy. There's something with alchemy here.
There's something going on in my lower stomach.
And right in your solar plexus
No,
area.
so, yeah, that whole area. Yeah.
And I can feel the energies from here. So I want to see how far this is reaching out.
Okay.
Yeah. 999,000 miles. So that's quite a bit.
Wow.
Well, and this is going more to an angelic realm.
Okay. Lisa, have you done the exercise? Do you know what seed you are?
No, I didn't yet.
Oh, okay. Because I would
You
have
guys
put.
are 8? Are you guys?
We're doing 8th seed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you both are 8th seed, right?
I had another seed, but I can't recall. Was it
6.
Was it? Oh,
I thought you said 5. Oh, was
Or
it?
maybe 5.
6
Maybe it
and
was
8?
5.
I thought it was 5.
5 and 8. That's right.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me try
Michael
it with.
Phillips wants to know if we can test the 440 frequency.
Sure.
440 would equal an 8, right?
Well, the
But
440
that's like the regular
is the
tuning
non.
of A.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the non.
For all of our
It's what we've retuned our symphony and our music to, is the 440 concert A
Yeah.
rather than 432. All right.
Yeah.
So I've turned that off now. I'll turn on the 440. That's a good because we've heard from GW that just literally one frequency off, and you turn something that's really positive into something that's negative. So I'm going to start.
Is that what you're about to do? Is turn it negative, or is it gonna?
Well, that's what Michael is asking. Why don't we start with? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start with 432 because that's the good tone. All right.
That's a good tone.
That's the solfeggio frequency. So we'll put that in and start with the 432.
Okay.
And I don't know. Well, we'll see what that is, but then we'll put on the 440. I'm feeling that again. So.
Someone's trying to talk to me in my left ear. That's so funny.
And of course, you're saying you don't have a earbud in your ear.
No. No. Nope, someone's doing something. I'm paying attention to this and not paying attention to that. So, so again, it was trying to readjust you for this, which I find interesting. It seems like no matter what tone we do it, readjust your energy for it.
Yeah, it seems to be lightening up a little bit. I mean,
This is more of a soul frequency. It's doing something to the soul. And the heart. And the stomach, whatever that is.
mhm. And again, this is what the old symphonic concert A used to be. And this is a solfeggio frequency. So,
Well, I looked up Beethoven, and a lot of Beethoven was 528. Did you guys?
432 is on that same level as 528. It's in the same solfeggio frequency sequence.
right.
Okay.
Right. 432 is the eighth seed, actually. This is part of the eighth seed that we are, Lori.
Okay.
But 440 is not a solfeggio frequency. Okay, so should I change it to 440?
Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm already yawning.
What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
It means I already anticipate what's about to happen. I was just watching Dr. Stuart Hammeroff and saying that we already know in advance.
Yeah. Okay, so here's 440.
So this is hitting your subconscious in a negative fashion that's going to your heart, that then's going to your soul, and then creating conflict.
Yeah, I'm actually.
It almost feels like you're compressing. So your energy was all out and light and feeling good, but now it's going like this.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what heart pain would feel like because I fortunately don't have any, but I'm feeling some kind of pressure, it feels like, or constraint on my heart.
Well, that's not good. The first thing I saw when you turned it on was that building behind you just blowing up. So heart constricting, blowing up. So it doesn't sound very good. Just turn it off.
No, let's turn it off.
All right, so we're done with that one, folks. Okay. Well, maybe we'll finish up with the 9999 that we tried, Lori.
Yeah, let's do that.
Uh,
Any more questions or comments, Lisa?
Yeah, so Suzanne wants to know, does the coil need to be connected to an amp to have any effect?
No, it does not. You can hook it up directly. If you take your cell phone, one way to do this is to hook the connector directly into your cell phone. And then the device that I'm going to provide has the same, you can either, well, you'll be able to take this. And in fact, it's devised to set up in such a way that you plug that in on one end and then plug it into the alligator clip in another. Now, I mean, if you decide to get an amp, you'll probably want to get what's called an RCA cord, which is a device that goes from a single outlet to a double outlet. You can plug the single outlet into your phone just like you would this device. And then coming out of the amp, rather than having this cord or this piece on the end, since you will have already connected to your phone, depends on your amp, but you may need to cut the speaker wire or the headphone wire that I have into two pieces and put it into your amp. That's a good question, and I'll explain all this and when I finally show people how to do the amp. But if you see on the back here of my amp, I've got inputs here, and that's what's actually going into the wire going down to the alligator clamp out from here. So it's going to probably depend on the amp that you have, but I'll when we start selling these, I'll have instructions on how to do that, and it's not difficult.
Okay. She also
But
has
anyway,
another question real quick.
Oh, sure.
Would the coil have any increased energy if it was laid on a plate of pyramid water?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a real good
Ooh.
question.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I would be scared to lay anything connected to energy on a plate of water. I mean, maybe like a cymatics plate or something like that. That would be cool to do something like
Yeah.
that. But
Maybe
I
they're
wonder
talking
what her
about,
thought process is there. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be kind of curious to think, what's she thinking there?
that's right. Maybe if you could give us a little more input, we can, while we're testing this, we'll try to answer that in a minute. I don't know if anyone will be able to hear this. I
We
can't.
can hear it.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got younger ears than I do now. But anyway, all right. So I'm going to plug this in now. This is frequency of 9999.
It went directly to your third eye.
Yeah. See, ooh,
And
I just got
what direction? East and west?
this is north and south.
Okay. Lots of power, lots of power. It just feels like a pulsation, almost like a generator that's going vroom, 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 vroom.
Well, it's what it feels like in my head right here. Yeah, it's like a pulse. Yeah. Yeah, this
So
is
it's removing any conditions that are there from, oh, interesting, from other ETs. So that's interesting. I don't think we found this the other day, Charlie, but this is interesting.
yeah. Well, I'm not sure. Did we do 9999 last week?
I know we talked about doing it.
We did. We did. It was Soul's Abundance. That's right.
Yeah.
We had that down there. Yep. We did do it. And I have written down in my notes when we did 9999, Neptune and Mercury. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, it's doing something on your left side of your neck. Do you feel that at all?
Well, I am a little bit, yeah.
So here's what's interesting. These frequencies do the same thing to everyone. So just know that. So if we start writing down what these frequencies do, and then we can have a book that goes out there and we can help people with that, that would be a really great thing.
That's right.
But to just know that if you did this frequency, it'd do the same thing to you that it's doing to Charlie, and that it is going to Charlie's Soul's Abundance. That's the first thing it's doing. And it's going to Mercury and Neptune. Is that what we said last time?
Yeah, Neptune and Mercury. That's right. That's what I have written down.
Okay, so, and then it's expanding his power. So his soul's power is expanding. And is that Raylan?
oh, I'm sorry. That's Heidi. I'm
Heidi.
just used to it. I would usually pause.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll just see what Heidi has to say, because I know Heidi's feeling it. I got a message. I'll talk to you afterwards on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. That's what Heidi's very sensitive. She was very depressed when we moved away because we had to put our two oldest dogs down before we moved here. And then our other dog, Raylan, had just met Heidi. So she was mean to Heidi. So Heidi lost both of her best friends, moved to a new home, and then was getting bullied by the other dogs. So she's a sweetheart, but I'm sure she has some messages.
Yeah, this is something about you. So.
Okay.
So anyway, we'll leave it for today, but I think suffice it to say that this 36 loop coil seems to be a fairly big improvement over what we had from last week. And we're going to be.
GW knows what he's talking about, obviously.
He obviously does. I had originally built, if you remember, a prototype of a wooden coil that was only a foot long, and I had spaced it in 1-inch intervals, and that I copied that from the information that he had originally provided. And when you start 1 inch in from the ends of a 12-inch piece of wood, you have 10 inches, but you have actually 11 positions. Well, on each end, you're doing the 3 circular loops. So inside, you actually have a 9, crossing loops. So that one was done numerically correct. But anyway, this has now got 4 times as many of those loops as the original wooden coil. And Lori, you may remember it definitely had an impact, but it seems as though the use of the PVC pipe, GW says, is an improvement. Obviously, putting the quartz sand in there and quadrupling the number of spirals or turns in this is all of these things are making it real powerful. So.
And then you're going to eventually be making these for people? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I'll start making these for sale. I hope to have them. I think we're going to settle in on this for the time being as a price. I haven't set the final price yet, but I know it'll be under $100, $99, $89, somewhere in there. And so for those of you who are ordering new pyramids, it's going to be pretty straightforward because I can stuff it right in with your existing order. And there's, with FedEx, that'll increase your shipping cost by about 50 cents. But, if you do want to order one separately, we'll be happy to do that. And that'll be very reasonably priced as well. So, again, I'll be getting all this information together. I need to put it on the website and get all the shipping and packaging logistics figured out on how to make sure you don't overpay for shipping, and teach the computer how to stuff it in there and assume it's one package rather than 2 and so forth. So I don't know how long that'll take, but it'll probably take a couple of days given the way, my natural lack of talent in this area, but we'll get it done. And so anyway, for those of you who want it, if you actually want one sooner rather than later, before I put it up on the website, like for Friday or Saturday, I can make these now and ship them out. So before I put it up on the website, if you want to contact me, I'll try to get you one out, hopefully before Sunday. So just let me know. And we'll just set the price now at $99. Here we go. So it's done. And we'll, if you want to order one before I get it up, just send me an email. I'll send you a PayPal. It's at stargatepyramids@yahoo.com. So looks like we're about out of time for today. I thank all of you for watching. Lisa and Lori, any closing comments?
No, you did a good job.
There's just a couple real quick. Michael says, thank you for testing the 440. It's the most common music hertz range that most of us are exposed to on our daily lives. No wonder the music industry gets the big bucks, he said.
Well, that's right.
So,
right.
And then,
I wanted to be a classical musician, and I knew nothing about this in high school, except I knew that we always tuned to concert A 440 and just accepted it. And, we've done some studies on that in the past, and, certain authors have shown that some of this at least started with Nazi Germany, to be honest, in their research. So this is a harmful frequency. 432 or 444 will also, I believe, is the other frequency that one could tune to as well. That would be very harmonious to life. But this has been done, looks like, intentionally, and you're right, listening to that music is not advantageous.
Yeah, and then Suzanne just wants to know if the Caduceus coil will be hollow, or are you including the sand in it as well?
I'm including the sand with it. Yeah, I put the sand inside of it. I guess if somebody doesn't I mean, yeah, that's no extra charge or anything. I'm just including that in there. If you don't want it, although we you know, it enhances the energy field. You know, you can take the corks out when you get it and get rid of the sand, I guess. But I don't even plan on making it without the quartz sand in it.
Yeah. Different crystals inside would obviously cause different frequencies, right? I think GW is recommending Larimar.
Yes,
That works
yes.
the best for them.
So we may, you know, lots more to come. We're going to get a base model out, and then we'll leave it to Lisa to
Yeah.
come up with the enhancements on
Oh,
how
I have lots of plans.
well, I bet you do. I bet you do. So, you know, in fact, I'm sure Lisa will be, if she wanted to, you know, making these. You just need some pipe, or we'll work out some logistics if you want to.
Well, you could. Well, you know what I'm envisioning, Charlie, is just designing a Caduceus coil similar to the intuitive design for the capstones. Which crystals would be most beneficial for them?
Exactly.
You know,
That's what
and
I'm.
which colors and
So,
things like that. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if nothing else, I could always just send you a bunch of pipe, cut the right length, and you could fill them, you know, custom fill them from there. So
Yeah.
we'll have all
awesome.
those. If anybody wants something like that, tell Lisa. We'll start working on plans. We just, you know, we're doing this as fast as we can, but it seems to be really powerful, and I can't wait to get this out onto the market. But shipping you a bunch of 21-inch pipe would be pretty simple for you to do that. So.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome.
All right. Well, as always, we thank you for watching. Tell your friends about Stargate Pyramids. We do feel like we are on the brink of some really powerful healing applications here. And for those of you who have friends who are interested in this, please tell them about us and have them subscribe to our channel. So as always, we thank you for watching.
Pyramid Science Foundation too.
That's right. And subscribe to the Pyramid
Science Foundation
YouTube page. All right. And I hope to see all of you on Sunday for our Global Peace Meditation live stream. Have a great day.